I'm Nate Vandal Mercer, and this is War Brief. For 2 years, electronic warfare was winning. Jam the signal, the drone falls out of the sky. That's over. Here's the short version. Most drones need a link, a radio signal to receive commands, or a GPS signal to know where they are. Electronic warfare exploits that dependency. No missile, no interceptor, just noise on a frequency. And it worked at scale. At the 2023 baseline, Russian EW was reportedly bringing down something like 10,000 Ukrainian drones a month. Cheap, high volume, a near-perfect soft kill. But that model only works if there's a signal to attack, and that's exactly what's disappearing. Let's start with how the kill actually happens. RF jamming floods the control and video frequencies with noise. The operator goes blind, goes deaf, loses the link. GPS denial and spoofing attack navigation instead, corrupting the drone's sense of where it is. Ground jammers bring real advantages: proximity, power, directional antennas. The result is quiet, no explosion. The drone just stops working, hovers, turns back, falls. Here's where it gets interesting. 4 countermeasures are erasing that entire attack surface, and they're doing it at the same time. First, fiber optic control. A hair-thin cable spools out behind the drone, 10 to 40 kilometers, carrying commands through a physical wire instead of radio waves. There's no signal to jam because there's no signal at all. Some frontline units are already running 30 to 50% adoption. Think about that. EW crews, with all their sophistication, are being defeated by what is essentially a very long piece of string. Second, satellite links. Starlink-equipped drones pull their command signal down from orbit, arriving from outside the jammer's field of view entirely. Roughly 1 in 3 of these strike drones now reaches its target through dense EW coverage. Third, autonomous terminal guidance. AI vision and inertial navigation let the drone find its target with no external signal in the final, most vulnerable seconds of flight. Hit rates that sat around 10 to 20% under jamming are climbing towards 70 to 80%. Fourth, mesh networking and frequency hopping, spreading the signal so fast that fixed-channel jammers simply miss it. So, to recap, every fix defenders field, attackers route around within weeks, and the numbers tell the real story. Only 20 to 40% of radio-linked drones now get through. But those that do, they're causing 60 to 70% of destroyed systems and up to 80% of casualties. Jamming is winning the volume battle. It's losing the outcome battle. That's the headline. Here's what actually matters. Defenders are pivoting to systems that don't care what guidance method the drone uses. High-power microwave. Epirus's Leonidas, the Navy's X-Dex, fries the electronics directly. Call it an EMP in a can. Leonidas reportedly went 61 for 61 in testing. One pulse took down a 49 drone swarm, and in December, it killed a fiber optic guided drone outright. Directed energy lasers offer the same signal-agnostic kill, but weather, fog, rain, dust degrades the beam. And when the electromagnetic fight stalls completely, Russia's Rubicon unit stops chasing the drone and starts hunting the operator, tracking control stations up to 40 kilometers behind the front. If you strip away the noise, this is the real lesson. There is no silver bullet. HPM carries fratricide risk to friendly electronics nearby. Lasers fold in bad weather. The adaptation advantage sits with the offense right now. They iterate in weeks. Defenders field solutions in months. EW didn't lose. It got demoted from the answer to one layer in a stack. The only thing that holds up is layered, integrated defense. The drones are getting smarter. The question is whether the defense can keep up. No spin, no noise, just intel. That's video 6 in Weapons and Systems Explained. I'll see you in the next brief.